Hello everyone, welcome to our online video tutorial series, and in this video lecture we will learn about class 11 topic trigonometric functions in third part. So we will discuss about the trigonometric identities. So dear students, I think you may remember this unit circle with radius 1 unit, and this in this triangle OMP, this side OM is representing cos x. If this angle, if I represent with x, and then PM is representing sin x, and we proved some trigonometric identity also there. Let's revise that one. So in triangle OMP, this is a right angle triangle. OM square plus MP square is equal to OP square because it is a right angle triangle. So by using Pythagoras theorem, we got this result. And what is OM? OM is the cos, and PM is equal to sin x. So cos square x plus sin square x is equal to 1. This identity we got in the previous video. Now, if we divide the equation 1 by cos square x, then see what happens. If I divide this term by cos square x, it will become cos square x by cos square x. Divide this by cos square x will become sin square x by cos square x, and it will become 1 by cos square x. This will be cancelled. 1 sin square by cos square will become tan square, and 1 by cos square will become sec square. So this is my second identity, that 1 plus tan square x is equal to sec square x. In case if we divide this equation 1 by sin square x, then what will happen? It will become cos square x divided by sin square x, sin square x divided by sin square x, and 1 divided by sin square x. So now sin square x will get cancelled. Cos square x by sin square x will become cot square x. So it will become 1 plus cot square x is equal to 1 by sin, that is cosecant, so it will become cosecant square x. So this is my third identity. So these are the three basic identities. First is sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. Second, 1 plus tan square x is equal to sec square x. And third, 1 plus cot square x is equal to cosecant square x. Let's revise about the domain, range and the period of trigonometric functions. So this is about sin x. As we discussed in the previous video, the domain of this sin x is all real number. Range is from -1 to 1 and period is up to 2 pi. So period means after an interval of 2 pi, the values of sin x will start repeating itself. So domain real number, range -1 to 1 and period is equal to 2 pi. And one more result we discussed there, that is sin 2n pi plus x is equal to sin x, where n belongs to integers. That is sin 2n pi plus x is equal to sin x. That means we can add or subtract 2 pi any number of time, and then this is cos x. So same way, that domain is all real number, x exists for every angle, and range is from -1 to 1. Between these two purple lines the curve exists, so maximum value will go to 1 and minimum is -1, and the period is again 2 pi. That means after an interval of 2 pi, curve will start repeating itself. If I make the branches of 2 pi, you may find that it is looking same. Next is tan x. So this is my curve of tan x, where green line representing tan x, and its domain was all real number except this pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, that means odd multiple of pi by 2. Why we are revising? So that you can become well versed in this domain, range. It's a very important concept to understand further topics related with the trigonometric functions. So, and range will be all real number, that is from -infinity to, if I go up to +infinity, that means all the real numbers are included. And its interval will be, you can see that one leaf will existing between -pi by 2 to +pi by 2, that is interval will become pi. So in an interval of pi, the values of trigonometric functions will repeat themselves. So period will be pi, domain all real number except odd multiple of pi by 2, and range is all real number. Now cot x. Cot x, that is cos x upon sin x. and it will not exist whenever sign is 0. So its domain will be all real number except multiples of pi. So you can check that at multiple of pi, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, the curve will lead to infinity. And its range will be minus infinity to, if I go on, it will go up to plus infinity. So range is all real number. And about interval, that one complete leaf of cortex will exist between the pi. So this length is pi. So its period will be equal to pi, domain all real number minus multiples of pi, and range will be real numbers. So our next curve is cosecant x, which is reciprocal of sin x. That means cosecant x will exist wherever sin x is not equal to 0. And you know that sin x will be 0 at multiple of pi. We can check that at pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, the curve is not existing. So its domain will become all real number except multiple of pi. And if you discuss about the range of the curve, you can check that either it is more than equal to 1 or less than equal to minus 1. So that means range will be all real number except minus 1 to 1. See, between these brown lines curve does not exist. So we will exclude this portion from all real numbers, that is from minus 1 to 1 we will exclude, and the remaining portion curve will exist. Let's discuss about its interval. So if I make a slice from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, you can check that curve will attain all the minus infinity to minus 1 and from 1 to infinity, that means all the values. So this length is the period of this function. Similarly, next period will be from pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. If I make the slice, then it will be the same repeat itself. So I can say that its period will be equal to pi. So period of cosecant x will be pi. So domain is r minus n pi and range will be all real number except minus 1 to 1. Same as cosecant x, secant x is 1 by reciprocal of cos x. So it will not exist wherever cos is 0, and cos will be 0 at the multiples of odd multiples of pi by 2. So I can say that domain will become all real number except odd multiple of pi by 2. And what is range? It's same as the cosecant x, that means all real number except minus 1 to 1. And if we discuss about its period, so I can take this slice from 0 to pi. You can check that all the values are included from 1 to infinity as well as from minus infinity to minus 1. So its period will be equal to pi. So let's summarize it. So period of cosecant x will be pi, domain will be all real number except odd multiple of pi by 2, and range will be all real number minus 1 to 1. So dear students, here we think one thing is very much clear. Period is of the trigonometric functions is either pi or 2 pi. That means whenever we will add or subtract 2 pi any number of time, we will reach at our initial position. That means it will not affect the value of that particular t ratio. So let's find out the values of other 5 trigonometric functions. Here it is given that cos x is equal to minus 1 by 2 and x lies in the third quadrant. Okay, so if x lies in third quadrant, and as we know that from our quadrant system, in third quadrant which are positive and which are negative, in first quadrant all are positive, in second quadrant sine and cosecant will be positive, in third quadrant tan and cot will be positive, and in fourth quadrant cos theta and sec theta is positive. So based on that, let's start. Cos x is equal to minus 1 by 2. It's given. So we know the identity that cos square x plus sin square x is equal to 1. This identity we know. Let's put the value of cos x here. So if I input the value of cos x, it will become sin square x plus cos x is given minus 1 by 2. So it will become minus 1 by 2 square is equal to 1. And minus 1 by 2 square is equal to 1 by 4. So sin square x will become 1, and if I take 1 by 4 to this side, it will become minus 1 by 4 is equal to 1 minus 1 by 4, 3 by 4. If sin square x is equal to 3 by 4, then sin x will be plus minus root 3 by 2. So At a particular angle, sine cannot attain two values because it is a function where every pre-image must have a unique image. So as x lies in third quadrant, we will check that in third quadrant what will happen. Tan and cot will be positive, remaining t ratios will be negative. That means sine will be negative, so it cannot be, sine cannot be equal to root 3 by 2 in third quadrant. It will be a negative value, so sine will be minus root 3 by 2. Once we know the sine x and cos x, we can find out the remaining four t ratios. Like that, cosecant will become the reciprocal of sine. It will become minus 2 by root 3. And secant will become reciprocal of cos. So cos x was minus 1 by 2. So it will become minus 2 by 1. And tan x will become sin x by cos x. What is sin x? Minus root 3 by 2. Into what is cos x? Cos x is minus 1 by 2. Let's do the reciprocal of that. So minus 2 by 1. 2 and 2 cancel. Minus minus plus. So tan x will be root 3. And cot x, very simple, reciprocal of tan x, that is 1 by root 3. In that way, we can find out the remaining 5 t ratios. Find the other 5 t ratios. Here given sin x is equal to 3 by 5 and x lies in the second quadrant. So in second quadrant, sin x and cosecant x are positive. Remaining are negative. So sin x is 3 by 5, and as we know that sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. So let's put the value of sin x here. Sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1, and if I put the value of sin x, that is 3 by 5, it will become 9 by 25, and if I take 9 by 25 that side, it will become 1 minus 9 by 25, 16 by 25. So cos x will become plus minus 4 by 5. As x lies in the second quadrant sin x will be positive, cosecant will be positive. So cos will be negative 1. So value of cos x will become minus 4 by 5. And if we know that sin x and cos x, let's find out the remaining t ratios. Cosecant x will become reciprocal of sin x, that is 5 by 3. And cosecant x reciprocal will become sec x. So 1 by cos x, that is minus 5 by 4. Then tan x will be sin by cos. What is sin x? 3 by 5. Cos x is minus 4 by 5. So put the value of 3 by 5 divided by minus 4 by 5 and do the reciprocal of that. It will become minus 5 by 4. 5 and 5 cancel. Minus 3 by 4 is the value of tan x. And cot x will become the reciprocal of tan, that is minus 4 by 3. Our next is tan x is given here, minus 5 by 12. So this tan x is equal to minus 5 by 12 is given. And what we have to do? We have to find the remaining 5 t ratios. So now I know one identity that 1 plus tan square x is equal to secant square x. So let's put the value 1 plus 5 by 12 square is equal to secant square x. 1 plus 5 by 12 square will become 25 by 144 is equal to secant square x. So 169 by 144 is equal to secant square x, and the value of sec x will become plus minus 13 by 12. Square root of this will become 13 and its square root will be 12. Now you have to check that x lies in which quadrant. So here x lies in second quadrant, and in second quadrant, as you know, sin x and cosecant x are positive. So as x lies in second quadrant, sec x will be equal to minus 13 by 12. And if I know sec x, I can find out the cos x. Cos x is 1 by secant x, that is minus 12 by 13. And if I know the cos x and tan x, can we find out sin x? Yes. We know our relation that tan x is equal to sin x upon cos x. So from here I can say that if I take cos x that side, left hand side, tan x into cos x will be equal to sin x. So let's put the value. Tan x is for minus 5 by 12 and cos x is minus 12 by 13. So minus minus plus, 12 and 12 cancel. So sin x will become 5 by 13. And you can check that automatically in second quadrant sin x will be positive. So what will be cosecant x then? Cosecant x will be 1 by sin x. And the reciprocal of sin x will become 13 by 5. So cot x will become reciprocal of tan x, that is 1 by tan x, and value of tan x we know, that is minus 5 by 12. So it will become minus 12 by 5. So now we have to find the values of the trigonometric functions sine 765 degrees. So as you know that in any trigonometric ratio, for an example sine 2n pi plus x is equal to sine x. That means multiple of pi we can add or subtract any number of times. So I can say that this is sine 720 plus 45 degree. Correct? And this can be written as sine 2 into 360 degree plus 45 degree. So as we discussed, multiple of pi, 2 pi, that is 360 degree. We can leave. So it is equal to sine 45 degree, and sine 45 degree is equal to 1 by root 2. Next is cosecant minus 1410 degree. So this can be written as cosecant minus 1440 plus 30 degree. So why 1440? Because 1440 is the minus 4 times of 360 degree. So multiple of 360 I written there. And as many times multiple of 360 degree we can add or subtract. So leave it. So remaining will be sine 30 degree. So it will be equal to sine, it is cosecant 30 degree. And cosecant 30 is 2. Next is tan 19 pi by 3. So tan 19 pi by 3 can be written as tan 6 pi plus pi by 3. 6 3 is 18, 18 plus 1, 19 pi by 3. And 6 pi is a multiple of 2 pi. 3 into 2 pi. And multiple of 2 pi we can leave. So it will be tan pi by 3. And the value of tan pi by 3 is root 3. Next is sine minus 11 pi by 3. So this can be written as sine minus 4 pi plus pi by 3. So it will be sine minus 2 into 2 pi, multiple of 2 pi again. So multiple of 2 pi we can leave. So leave this value. So sine equal to pi by 3, and sine pi by 3 is root 3 by 2. And our next sum is cot minus 15 pi by 4. Similarly, we can say that it is cot minus 4 pi plus pi by 4. 4 4 is 16. 16 and plus 1, that will be 15. Minus 16 plus 1, 15. So this is cot minus 2 into 2 pi plus pi by 4. What I did here, minus 4 pi, I wrote like this, minus 2 into 2 pi. And multiple of 2 pi, leave it immediately. So it will be cot pi by 4, and cot pi by 4 is equal to 1. So that was all about today's class. So hope you enjoyed this. If you have any doubt, you can write us in the comment section. Thank you very much.